Welcome to another edition of Post Game on the Pitch, and I'm happy to announce that CascadiaSports.net now has another content person to help us, and that is Adam Rice. Adam, welcome.
Thank you. Very good to be here. Great, yeah.
Well, let's get right into it. All right, so 3-2, the Sounders, they win. They score 16 goals in the last 3 games. What have you seen?
I mean, this is a team that over the entire season, really, but especially over these last 3 games, they're just finding ways to win. And that's the difference between good teams and great teams a lot of the time, is finding a way to win these scrappy ones where there's a couple things that don't go their way. They don't get a couple calls that they want. They have some luck go against them, but they're still able to come from behind, equalize, get ahead, and come out with the victory. And I mean, that's impressive for a team that's rotating a lot right now. They've got a lot of young players, and it really shows. Having a coach like Brian Smetzer, who's been around for so long, he brings such a calm energy. It's going to imbue that sense of calm onto the team. And they've shown that even through some hectic games over the last 3 matches.
Absolutely, and one of those players, the rotational that's coming in, that probably had his best game of the season today, I would say, was Pedro de la Vega. Now, you talked with him, you in the scrum in the locker room. What did you hear, and then what did you see on the field?
Yeah, I mean, he was just happy to play the way I think that a lot of these fans are wanting him to play. Since he came in as a DP, you got a lot of expectations on you. You want to perform. You want to be a game-changing performer, and he was absolutely that today, especially in the second 45. Playing down the left, he just looked comfortable. He looked like he was able to let the game come to him. And when he got into space, he just showcased that technical ability, that world-class technical ability that makes him a DP, that makes him this big, exciting signing. I mean, the assist on the second goal, I mean, that's just a touch of class outside of the boot to get it to Danny Mazovsky. And the final goal, you can't put a shot better than that from outside of the box. Daniel, the goalkeeper, he had no chance of getting to that. And it's just so impressive. And it's so good to see, because you want him to take these kind of performances and build on them. Because like I said, this is exactly how you want him to play, how you want him to impact games. And he seemed very happy with it in the locker room, just to get this performance, especially at home in front of the fans. He just said he felt comfortable. He felt like he was playing the way he wanted to play.
All right, let's hear from Brian Smetzer and a couple of other players from the locker room.
So it's an AC joint in his shoulder. He will have to have surgery on that. That'll be on Tuesday, and then we'll follow up with you guys as far as timelines are concerned. We'll wait to see the outcome of the surgery and make sure he's okay, and we'll update you guys on that. What the final starting group of this year's edition of the team is, and Pedro has now played his way into a conversation on the left side of the field. Well, Moose is, creeping up there. I know he's got 8 or 9 goals. I think this is career highs for him, so credit to him. He's been a valuable backup in a lot of moments this year. It's unfortunate that Jordan's back on the injury list, so we'll need to rely on him and make sure that he continues to perform well.
Romney and get ahead on it. I'm kind of fortunate that Daniel and Romney kind of had a miscommunications, and they both kind of came out. And then second goal was just a great ball from Pedro, and for me it was really easy, just get it on target. Good. I think it's good to have everybody, stepping up when their moment is called. I think Rothrock's done a great job as well. So, when he's being rested and Pedro comes in, he, scores a goal, gets an assist, played really well today. So definitely that gives our team and our offense a lot of momentum going forward. Yeah, no, definitely. I think that goal is huge because, I feel like the longer the game went with them being up 1-0 is going to put us a little bit in a tough situation. So to, immediately get the game back on level, definitely put us in a good situation. I feel like, deep down, we knew we were the better team. So we knew as long as we could, tie the game, we were going to eventually pull away and get the result.
Danny, you've got the best goals to touches ratio on the squad. Talk about your off-the-ball movement, how that allows you to create a lot from a little.
Yeah, I think, as a forward, most of the time you're going to be critiqued on what you do inside the box. So for me, it's about making sure I have good movement. It's maybe I might not touch the ball for 5-10 minutes, but as long as I could kind of be lethal in those few moments that I get in the game and try to put it in the back of the net, I think that's the most important thing.
All right, so there you go. Y'all heard from Brian Smetzer and also Danny Mazovsky, who had 2 goals. And again, I'm going to go back to you, Adam, because you asked this question about his efficiency. Yeah. And his rate. What are you seeing in that? And how important is it for a forward to score with minimum amount of touches?
What's so interesting about Danny Mazovsky as a striker is you might only see him pop up once or twice a game, but chances are that's with a goal. And that's what he did today. He only had less than 30 touches in the match, and he put it in the back of the net twice. He's got the best touches to goals ratio on the club. He's scoring every about 40 touches, which is a pretty ridiculous rate. And that really comes down to one of the unsung arts of being a striker, which is that off the ball movement, finding yourself in the right place at the right time. That allows you to make the most out of not that much.
All right, so he is Adam Reyes. I'm Masvidal Mara Era. Thank you all for watching, listening, and subscribing.